Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good morning to you guys all out there, wherever you are on the globe. It is Friday, and thank God it's Friday. Chelsea match day for that matter. Ladies and gentlemen, later tonight, it's going to be Chelsea versus West Ham United. Oh yes, our second game of the season. And I'll be telling you what Chelsea needs to do, or what I expect from tonight's game. I'll be telling you that in this very next few minutes. Listen, but before we go into that, ladies and gentlemen, there is a big movement. There is a very big movement ongoing around Nicholas Jackson. He's definitely set to leave Chelsea very soon. He's set to leave Chelsea very soon. We understand Newcastle and Bayern have both called again in the last 48 hours. Aston Villa pushing as hard as they can also for the signature of Jackson. Now, Bayern, Newcastle, and Aston Villa, they are even more serious. Ladies and gentlemen, we understand the player wants to work with Aston Villa head coach, Emery. Yes, Emery. He worked with Emery in Villarreal. As you can see, both there in the pitch on the screen. So Emery was Jackson's coach at Villarreal, and relationship is excellent, with talks ongoing over formula and structure of the deal. Aston Villa also aware of competitions with several top clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, my boy is never lacking top club. Even for Bayern, even to be serious about Jackson. I mean, this is not just about England. It's just because clubs like Arsenal, they've already gotten what they want. Otherwise, they would have gone in for, Jackson. It is a fact. Jackson is not a bad player. Chelsea fans, and it excited me last night when I watched Sky Sports Pandit and some few other channels, and when they were talking about, most of them were like, Chelsea might come back to regret this. It's going to haunt Chelsea, especially, let's just say Aston Villa sign him right now under Emery, who knows him and knows how to utilize him under Emery, and Chelsea facing Aston Villa. This guy might come back. Listen, whenever I'm saying it, most of you think, oh, my Jackson, I should stop talking about it. No, many of you have insulted me enough. But look, as always, I remember very well when Chelsea wanted to sell Conor Gallagher. I was one of those that stood on this channel, and I have always spoken about it. Conor is not my kid brother. Conor is not a relative of mine. He's not from Africa. But I just like the player. And once you wear the blue jersey, it's automatic. I will have to give my best to you. There's no Chelsea player that I can stand anywhere and condemn. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. It is what it is. Now, all these top clubs, Newcastle, are equally interested. Aston Villa are interested. And they, not just in the Premier League, some clubs from outside, like AC Milan, also showed interest earlier last week. Ladies and gentlemen. So, big movement around Nicholas Jackson as we speak. Big movement. We understand Spurs are preparing a bid for Garnacho. Tottenham Hotspurs are preparing a bid for Garnacho. Manchester United are hoping they bring an important bid. United are hoping Spurs bring an important bid. This should be expected. Chelsea, we've over-delayed some of these deals. It's either we are in or we are out. The player has shown every interest, has done everything possible that here I am, get me. I want to play for the club. You are offering 30 million, the club is offering 50. Just because we feel like, oh, let's just delay last hours of the transfer window. United will be forced to drop the price. Listen, if United get a better bid from Tottenham. The player is gone. And to be very honest with you, I would prefer Garnacho in Chelsea than Xavi Simons. Another player coming from the Bundesliga. You want to compare to a player that is already known in the Premier League, who still have a high ceiling. It's not as if we don't know Garnacho. We know him. He might not be the, that A-class player you've been, that was expected when we saw his talent. But this is a guy that when you put him side by side with Gittins, as we have right now, I'll pick Garnacho. I will pick Garnacho. I understand. And Xavi Simons might not be playing the same role with like Garnacho. Xavi Simons is likely to play number 10 role. Yeah. It's going to be, how do you call him? Estaval, Kopama, Xavi Simons within that number 10 role. And he can equally play up front there, anywhere in up front, just like our head coach said yesterday about João Pedro. João Pedro can play any of the 5 positions up front. All the 5 positions up front. And that is the kind of attacking force Chelsea are buying right now. Players that can comfortably play any front row, anywhere you are slotted in. And I know that I understand the idea. Chelsea will confuse opponent. When they expect Kopama to be here, they will shift Kopama to the right wing. When they expect Kopama to be at the right wing, they will shift him to number 10. That is the system they want to be playing. So that it will be difficult. And even in games, players can switch them up front. All the 5 players are up front. Wherever you find yourself, while the game is progressing, you are comfortable to deliver. If Kopama should find himself on the left side, the team is sure that he will deliver. If Garnacho or Gittins is found on the right side, the team is certain and sure that he will deliver. They want all the front lines to play multiple positions. That is what I'm beginning to see from here. Now, Garnacho to Tottenham. Listen, things are getting more difficult for Chelsea day by day. And if care is not taken, we will struggle to be in the top 4. I said it that my expectation is that Chelsea will win the league title. As a Chelsea fan, that is my hope. But the way things are going, our opponents are strengthening more than we are doing. We saw Tottenham went in for Kudus, and instantly he hit the ground running for them. He's delivering 2 assists, beautiful ones for that matter. If they should get Garnacho again from the Premier League, we got the lab. We are yet to see the best of the lab in this setup. We got João Pedro. He delivered in the Club World Cup. We are yet to see him. The first game he was missing, and we said we are selling Jackson. Anyway, Chelsea's game is today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to run up. Chelsea's game is today. Let me give you some analysis for you, my fans out there. Let me give some analysis to you, my fans out there, and my subscribers. I would like to share this video, like it, and let me hear from the comment section. I should be back for my preview proper, but right now, let me just give you this analysis. You see, as these past 2 days have given me a lot to think about, especially realizing that even Tottenham are now interested in Garnacho. West Ham are not technical enough to play Graham Potter's system. West Ham United, we saw it last season. The players they are not technically gifted enough to play in Graham Potter. That's their head coach system that we know him to play. Particularly their back line. They are very, very easy to press and put pressure on from the front foot. They are very easy to press, and to put pressure on them from the front foot is very easy. And so Chelsea, I know we are going to be exploiting that. The back 5 will make build up tough. But I think this is a game where you want a lot of box penetrators. This is a game where Chelsea will want a lot of box penetrators. Estaval, Pedro, Kopama, Gittins, they'll all be able to play through the compact structure. If Maresca sets up like that, yeah, which I think he will be terrified. West Ham will be terrified if Chelsea should set up with all these attacking players. Their back line, they cannot contain this. In this game, Santos deserves a start. Enzo seems unfit. Maybe it's fatigue or tiredness, I'm not too sure. Santos' energy will be needed in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Santos, Caicedo, Palmer, Gittins, Pedro, Estaval. Though I think, based on Maresca's comments yesterday in the press conference, Estaval will not be starting the game. But I would have preferred him starting ahead of Pedro Neto. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. Now quickly, Andrew Santos was brought up in discussion for Alejandro Garnacho discussions, but Chelsea don't want to sell him. Put that by the side. Details from Dortmund for Chukwuemeka, 20 million fee plus add-ons and sell-on clause. Kane Chukwuemeka to Dortmund, here we go. Kane Chukwuemeka to Dortmund, here we go. Details from the agreement is 20 million fees plus add-ons and sell-on clause. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. What else do you want to know? It's your breakfast. Let me know I've overloaded you for this morning's breakfast. It is well. I'll be back with more exclusives in the coming hours. Shalom and peace.